Hello, I'm Bookface, and I'm here with another speed drawing. I don't know why I did that with my voice there, but it's not getting cut out because I don't edit these. So basically, I don't know why I feel the need to say basically every time because I feel like I do that a lot. So I had the idea that, hey, I want to do something with Digimon, but I couldn't figure out what. But then I remember, I feel like I'm talking to somebody who has like a lot of context on this, even though the workings of my own mind, and I don't even understand that. Basically, I wanted to draw Digimon. Uh, my issue being that a lot of Digimon like work in these inorganic things like weapons or machinery. And I thought, hey, you know what else does that? Doom. So long-winded say wing. Ignore that. Long-winded way of saying I decided to turn Digimon into Doom type demon creatures things. Because Doom is cool. It's a little concerning of a game, but I mean, I feel like concerning is the vibe I go for a lot, so you know. So I started with Zudomon because that's one of my favorite from the Digimon, and yep. So here we go. Here we are with this. First real change I made, other than weirdo color palette stuff, is I decided to make his hand the hammer. But I still don't like. I still want these to just feel like creatures in general, not so much like holding weapons or stuff like that. Already with the copying and pasting. That's a thing I do a lot. But I don't care, so I don't know why I'm complaining about it. Speaking of complaining about things, since I've been complaining about a lot of my old drawings, because, these are before I got a bunch of new techniques that I got over the new year, because I spent most of Christmas drawing stuff, because I felt like it. This is actually the last speed drawing I have that I worked on in 2021, I guess? Maybe 2020? I don't know. I let them build up for a bit. Basically, after this one, all I've got are the new ones I've done, which are like, I think I've got two or three at the moment. And real excited to show those off because I think I actually did pretty good with those and used a lot of my new techniques and took some time and really thought them through. I still like how a lot of my old ones turned out, but there are some I distinctly do not. I'm not. Oh, okay. I was curious why all the limbs disappeared because I have to draw a weird anatomy on them. So something that when reviewing the recording I didn't notice for some reason. So I had this effect in mind I wanted to do with the body, and it's why I'm doing all these rough lines of highlighting and shading. Is basically the layer is called something like plastic wrap, and what it does, it's very helpful, is it takes whatever like highlighting you have and just kind of really amplifies it a lot. And then with that it gives it this sort of bumpy, shiny look. And when put on sort of redishes and pinkishes, I don't really think I need to say it like that, but whatever. Red and pink and stuff like that, it looks a lot like meat. And hadn't quite figured it out in this one. It turns out it takes a fair bit of texture to make it look right. But I figured it out since then. Know how to make it real good, real disturbing looking. Also, even though I've definitely gone out of this scribble pattern hair stuff too, I do actually kind of like it. There's just a element of chaos to it that just kind of works. Oh yeah, and this is me realizing I didn't make the head even remotely similar to the one in the original, and realizing the hair is a mess. I'm pretty sure I also thought, this just kind of looks like a redhead. I don't know. I think it's just like the specific like shade of orange I used just looked like a redhead. Okay. Yeah, nope. Web in the hands, which is not in the drawing in the original design, I think. But I did that because I realized, hey, he doesn't look even remotely aquatic. And that's kind of Zudomon's whole thing. I'm pretty sure it's even in the title of this video, probably, if I don't change it. But yeah, I wanted to give him some more aquatic features. And that was me kind of wanting to give him a little muzzle. I ended up changing my mind on that later, which is a little confusing to figure out, but whatever. I'm also realizing I shaded that horn completely wrong. For some reason, it's lighter near the back of it, and the point is darker. That's not how I normally shade things. A little oversight, a little tiny eye. Well, here's something that I is like a personal standard I do hold that I do keep up in most of my drawings, new and old, which is that when it comes to layers, it's very easy to kind of leave stuff behind and just like, oh, is it visible? I don't know. But basically, what I'll try to do is I'll try to make it so if you could like pick this up and spin it around 3D, even though it's not because it's a 2D drawing, that it would look right from almost all angles. Basically, just kind of keeping up some sort of integrity, so at least like if I decide to change up the pose or something, I don't have just this bare spot on the layer that's not even remotely like the others. And that's just, and sometimes that ends up with me just like doing extra work that doesn't really impact the drawing any, but it works for me. It makes me feel a little better. These big old tusks and chompers. I like how the teeth turned out. Not so much the tusks, actually. I think it's because I didn't put any shading on them. Little thing that really changes my drawings. Shading, because I used to be very lazy with it and not want to do it because it's setting a higher standard than I'm used to. Turns out, shading really helps make something look more realistic. Who'd have thunk it? Here I added some sort of filter to make it all wibbly wobbly. Artistic terms, you know. And then I think I add a little saturation to some of this to make it look a little redder so it's not too close to the original. I always want it to look pretty different from the original if I can. Well, still, kind of resembling it, but I just I don't want it to look too similar. I want to be creative. And, this arguably isn't the most creative interpretation, but I still like it. Oh, yeah, here's my background, which is fire. It's the extent of my background skills. Fire. Fire and rock. That's all I need. Give me fire, give me rock. I have drawing. Some advanced art skills here. Uh, but yeah. And now I'm thinking back and I'm realizing maybe I should have put him in water or near water. Like, I know I was going for the whole Doom demon kind of style thing, but it is still supposed to be aquatic. But, you live, you learn. It's not the first mistake I made on this, not the last one. Ugh, those shading things were a few of the last ones, but that happens every time, trying to get it perfect. And here we've got our final product. I think it turned out well. The only thing I would really change, I guess, is just adding more detail, working with some of the newer techniques I've got in, which I feel is basically I did it as best I could, and I'm proud of that. I think it turned out pretty good. But yeah, everything from here on out, new technique, new style, new everything, a bunch of shading, and just a lot more thought put into it. I liked how this one went, and then I want to next Digimon I do with this. I want to try like one of the more mechanical kinds to, really work in that organic and inorganic stuff. But yeah, for now, I think this is a pretty good one. And I think I've run out of things to say, actually. If you like this video, please do a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe. Keep an eye out for my new drawings, because they're significantly better. Even though this one's pretty good, I get even better. I know I haven't set the bar too high, but it gets better. Okay, enough self deprecation, depreciation, despacito. Uh, Goodbye.